welcome back to my channel. I am so sorry that I was not around last week. I had the worst flu I've ever had in my life. I was legitimately stuck in bed. I didn't even watch The Bachelor, last week's episode of The Bachelor, until this week. That's how sick I was. I just felt like shit. So I am back this week for 2 recaps. I was asked to focus a little bit more on my opinions rather than the recap portion. So I am gonna go through the recaps pretty fast, and then I'm gonna give you guys my opinions. Hopefully you guys care. All right, let's get started. So if you guys remember, Andy shows up at Nick's hotel room. Andy, what are you doing at Nick's room? At first, I was hating on Andy because I felt like she was trying to get her like 15 seconds of fame sort of thing. But then I found out that she does live in New York, so I guess that was a good opportunity for her and Nick to connect. Maybe apologize a little bit for what they've said about each other and both of them get their closure so that they can both move forward. Andy did offer Nick some advice regarding the process because clearly she's been in it before. And I do feel like Nick is over Andy. I don't think he's sitting there hurting, wishing that, you know, it was him and her again. She does ask Nick if he plans on sleeping with any of the girls. She also wants to know if Nick feels like he's gonna be engaged at the end of this process. I do feel like Andy was testing the waters a little bit. Maybe she was hoping for a little reconnection there. It wasn't gonna happen. I think that ship has sailed. I think Nick is good now. So they've said their apologies, they've talked, kissed and made up, not really made up, but you know, they both have their closure, so it's probably best to move forward. So it comes time to the rose ceremony, and Raven gets a rose, Rachel gets a rose, and Vanessa gets a rose. So as you guys know, my predictions were completely wrong because I thought that Corinne was gonna stay at least for fantasy suite dates. Nope, I guess he decided that she was too easy. Corinne is definitely upset. She is crying her eyes out, crying in Nick's arms, wishing that she could fix things or say she was sorry or just make things work for the two of them. I do believe Corinne liked him, but did I really see them lasting? Nah. She gets in the limo and that's where she proceeds to tell us that she is done trying. Apparently she was just kissing Nick's ass, trying to build him up, trying to make him feel good, trying to put him on a pedestal, and she is done. No more for Corinne. The guys are now gonna have to cater towards her. She's tired of worshiping guys, and she said it is time for the men to worship her. Good luck, guys. So now the girls are off to Finland, and the first one-on-one date is with Raven. So they're up in a helicopter overlooking this amazingly beautiful winter wonderland. They go into a pub where they drink the local drinks, they play darts, and then it's time for Raven to finally tell Nick that she's in love with him. I was liking Raven before this episode, but honestly, she kind of drove me insane. She made such a damn big deal about saying I love you to Nick, yet she's telling us how much she loves him and that she needs to say it. Like, I'm sorry, just say it already. Is it really that freaking hard? It can be a little bit scary, but you know what? You only live once. You came on the show to find love. Enough. Stop being a baby and just say it. So she proceeds to tell Nick how nervous she is and that she's never told a guy that she's ever loved him, which I personally would take as like a little teensy red flag. So you've never loved anyone and yet you want to get married to me? She says that she didn't believe she would actually find love on the show, but she knows now that there's something different about Nick, something very different from her ex. All right, girl, do not compare your new boo with your ex. That's a no-no. So she's basically sitting there crying, telling Nick that she is falling in love with him. I just don't see Raven's personality to be strong enough for Nick. I feel like she's too much of a little girl. She seems too like sweet and innocent for Nick. And then another thing, she brings up the fantasy suite date because she gives us all a little TMI about her history with her ex, that she has never had an orgasm before, and she felt like she needed to tell Nick at that moment. I don't know, guys. I'm over Raven already. So now it's time for this week's episode, and Raven insinuates that her and Nick got it on. All right, we get it. Maybe you had your orgasm last night. I don't know. I don't know about you guys. I don't really care. The next one-on-one date is with Rachel, and they go cross-country skiing. Rachel was a little bit embarrassed because she kept falling. She didn't know what she was doing, and she said that she considered herself athletic, and then this is just totally proving her wrong. Listen, girl, I don't blame you. I would be on my ass probably every 15 seconds, so I'm not judging you. I am the type of girl that goes up a ski lift and then goes down the ski lift. I'm just not good at snow sports. Rachel also said that she didn't think she was gonna find love, or she didn't think that she would feel the way she did about Nick. She's another one that is actually having problems expressing her feelings because she says that she's scared to open herself up because she doesn't want to be rejected. Now, on a side note, I don't know about you guys, but I have a really hard time even watching their date, considering we all already know that she's not picked and that she's the next Bachelorette. Can the Bachelor producers just stop ruining the show already? All I wanted to do was fast forward through this date. Although Nick does get her to say that she's falling in love with him, and this ding-dong proceeds to say that he's falling for her too. Did you not learn from the last Bachelor? You can't tell anyone that unless you're gonna pick them. So obviously, Rachel probably has her hopes up thinking that she's gonna end up with Nick, and then they also go to the fantasy suite. All I know is that I am excited that Rachel gets a chance with some good guys, because Nick, don't tell a girl you're falling for her when you're gonna dump her within the next 24 hours, dick. The last one-on-one date, as you guys know, is with Vanessa. Now, their relationship seems so chaotic already. I almost feel like they're already in their real life issues, whereas the other dates are just like, la la la, like I'm so in love, I'm so happy. Like they're actually now talking about the problems that are going to arise, as in where are they gonna live? She lives in Canada, he lives in the United States. Are they going to be able to compromise in any way? As we all know, Vanessa has her traditions on Sundays. When she's in Canada, she spends 3 hours having lunch with her family. She says that is a no compromise zone there. She will not compromise those Sundays ever. However, Vanessa is telling Nick relationships are about compromise and that they need to learn how to compromise. I kind of just feel like Vanessa's hinting to him like, hey, this is the way life is gonna be with me. You're not gonna change any of it, so plan for your Sundays to be booked. Vanessa's polar opposite of Raven, and even Rachel for that matter. Vanessa has no issues telling anyone what she wants and the way her life is gonna go, whether you're in it or not. Like I've said before, she's kind of a no bullshit type of girl. So on their date, they go into ice baths. So basically, they start in a sauna, they run to the ice bath, the ice bath being outside where it's, you know, like I said, a winter wonderland. They go into the ice bath for so many seconds, they get out, they run to the sauna, and they do this back and forth, I think like 4 times or 5 times. I gotta be honest, I would be pissed off if that was my one-on-one date. Come on. They eventually go into a jacuzzi, and that's where they start to have their heart-to-heart talks about their futures. And as you guys know, Vanessa's been my #1 pick now for a while, but I don't know if it will work with them because I feel like they're both type A personalities, and there's really no budging with Vanessa. It's kind of her way or the highway. At least that's the impression I get. It's this way or you're out. Anyone else feel that way? She's also not having issues with expressing that she loves him and that she knows that Nick is the guy for her future. That's it. She wants to be a one and done type of girl. It's only one marriage and that's it. So Nick, if you marry Vanessa, you're stuck with her. Finally, it comes time to the rose ceremony where, hello, unless you're living on Mars, you know the outcome. Raven gets a rose and Vanessa gets a rose. So that means Rachel goes home because Rachel is our next Bachelorette. Hello. But honestly, how shitty was it that Nick only told Rachel that he was falling for her and then he sent her home? Nick, I just feel like you continuously build up this bad karma for yourself. So I am very excited to see the last episode of The Bachelor. Nick couldn't have picked 2 opposite girls here. Raven, who seems very shy, and Vanessa, who seems very bold. Let's see who he goes with. And let's see if he actually proposes to someone. Why do I feel like he's not gonna propose? Why do I feel like he needs a little bit more time? Is he gonna pull a Juan Pablo? We will soon find out. Thank you guys so much for watching with me. Again, I'm sorry I wasn't around last week, but I am back I would love to hear all of your guys' thoughts and opinions, so let me know down below what you guys think about him sending home Rachel, and let me know who you guys think he's gonna choose between Raven and Vanessa, and also, do you guys think he's really gonna get engaged? Let's chat down below. If you are not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I post videos every single Wednesday. So I will see you guys all next week. Bye.